Hello there, my name's Mark and these are my dice tales, and today we're going to be playing Sword Willows solo in the dungeon scenario. Now the way I'm playing it, I'm picking up from Skyrim Call to Arms, where they played out on small 1-foot tiles, and then basically you explored a tile, did your objective, explored the next tile, did your objective. So that's what I'm going to try and replicate here. For this game, you're going to need a party of heroes, so I've got 4 heroes here. I've gone for a Gore-Tex and Felix kind of theme. So we've got a Berserker Dwarf. Fights with a pistol. I don't have any fighters with pistols, but a mage and then a thief who lobs potions and grenades about. A menagerie of enemy models from my boss overlord, skeleton archers, swordsmen, and a smashing of others. And for the game, you're going to be needing 2 of your RPG dice. So 2d6, 2d8, 2d10, and you're generally going to be rolling off against another person who has the same dice. So it's nice to have 2. Generally, if they're different colors, it might help. Also, you're going to need d12s, which I don't have in the miniature form, and d4s, which I do wonder if you can get them in the miniature form. Anyway, I prepared a dungeon deck. So there are 7 cards in this deck, and there's going to be an exit in the bottom 3, and there are also an encounter deck which tells us how when we get to them, it'll tell us what enemy force we're facing. And this is like my Skyrim terrain, and I'm just going to put that there. So I know we're going to go into like a number 2 tile over there, and then we'll expand out from there. And for my first tile, I'm just going to throw down a few of these to give me an undulating floor plan. Everyone would know how many doors are in this first room, so I'm going to roll a d6. So this is a d3. 1, so there's 1 door in this room. So obviously the hero's going to enter from a door, but we can't have a dungeon without further doors, so we'll just put another door across from there. Let's see what type of room we've got. Now, I haven't really done this. Chasm. So I'm actually going to rearrange these tiles. We know we're going over there, though, so let's make it into more of a chasm. Oh, that's not bad, that. That's why I did this. I wanted that to be watery. There we go. We've got a bridge across the chasm, so it makes it a very simple first room. We can add a few more features, bit of cover. Again, I sometimes roll dice for this. I roll d8 and sort of 7, so maybe 7 bits of terrain. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bit of wall sticking out of the water. Maybe on this side there's a tower, or maybe on that side there's a tower. And we're going into this ruined chasm. I could even raise that up slightly to put that on make it more of a weirder bridge. There you go, feels a bit more chasmy already. And that's it. So let's start our heroes by the door. Gore-Tex, whatever he's called. I'm sure that name will change throughout the game. And now let's see what enemy force we get. So I've drawn a 40, which says it's going to be one of the captains and a swordsman. So basically the game breaks down into a couple of type of minions. It's got skirmishers and minions, which are very low level. They are basically in the costing system. The costing goes from less than 12 to over 20. So you've got your minions and your skirmishers. Minion just means they don't have a ranged weapon. Skirmisher means they've got a ranged weapon. Thug and veteran, again, Thug doesn't have a ranged weapon, veteran does. And they range from 13 to 19. And then you've got harder ones, which is the skeleton captain, who are called lancers and arbalists, and finally there's warlocks as well who can cast spells. So I've tried to make a menagerie. So you don't quite build an enemy warband. You really just want quite a few creatures in those range brackets. So you maybe want 1 or 2 minions, 1 or 2 skirmishers. That's why I've done it anyway. And I've kind of stick with this sort of Draugr theme from Skyrim. So I've generally got skeletons, I've got spiders, I've got rat skeevers, but I've also got sort of ghouls and zombies and things. Okay, let's see where we're going to place them. So again, I can use a d6. and we're going to place them on that side of the bridge, on the bridge, or on my side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, that's on the bridge, and the other one, 6. So the swordsman is guiding the door, and the skeleton is the harder skeleton. So I call him Skeleton Captain. Let's kick off the game. The game, every monster has 3 actions, and you have 3 statistics. You've got a speed, a defense, 4 statistics: speed, defense, might, and willpower. Your speed says how many sticks you can move, and you move in straight lines, and then if you need to turn, you need another stick. So when you move, you can move one stick up to a maximum of 2 sticks for 2 actions. I hope that's right, and one move isn't 2 sticks. I think that'd be way too whizzy. Then your defense stats, and they go from D6 to D8 to D10. But if you do things like charging, the way this game works is you increase or decrease the die type. So if you, let's say I'm a D8 and I'm charging, let's see if I can do that. Let's see if Gotrek can do 1 move, 2 move. Right, so Gotrek, let's use him as an example. And this is what my character sheet looks like. So I've got the stats across the top, the weapons they're using, what the class does. Gotrek is my leader in this one, which just gives him an extra ability. What special skills he can do is that sweep, parry, throw, cure, and enhance, and what his weapon does. So his weapon's got powerful, and he's getting defensive from somewhere. Okay, so we've moved 2, so that's 2 actions. 1, 2. So we've got a third action, and we can fight. So he would roll his might, which is 2d10 normally, but because he moved over 2 sticks, you also mark off that he's moved 2, because that will affect people trying to shoot him. So I normally roll 2d10 in combat, but because I charged, I can up that to the next dice type, which is the d12s. The skeleton, where are you? I've got Overlord on this sheet of paper here. Let's just move it into view. Captain has 2d8 for defense. And are there any other factors to consider here? I don't think so, because there's no obstacles in the way. He's not staggered or down. I'm not ganging up on him. So that's it. So I've got upper dice type. He stays the same. Let's roll off. So I've got 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, he's got a double 1. So if I beat him, I get to roll on a results table. So I'd roll 2d6 and a consolidated results table. If I beat him by double, I get to +1 to this result. And if I beat him by triple, in this case, more than above, I get to add 2 to this dice roll. So we're now going to roll 2d6 on a results table. 6, 7, and we're going to add 2 because we tripled it. 6, 7, 8, 9. And again, there's a big version in the book, but I've put everything on one. I've retyped everything on one page. What did I say? 6, 7, 8, 9. Look on here, down and staggered. So he's going to be knocked down. And poor skeleton has got the staggered. Now, the way you get killed in this game, you either would have rolled out of action, number 10 or above, on your 2d6, or if you're downed and you go down again, you become staggered. If you're staggered and gets another staggered token, you're out of action. And that's it. So on a warband game, I feel like I'm doing a lot of rules explaining here, but in a warband game, I would move 1, you would move 1. In this case, because it's like a solo play, all my heroes are going to act first, which might seem a little bit unfair, but I have been overwhelmed before. So let's have Felix move 1 stick. So that seems to get him to around about there. I think his pistol and shoots 1. So basically, the activation in the solo game is everyone within 1 stick of the leader gets to move, which is everyone here. And then the monsters move, and then anyone who wasn't within 1 stick move. So 1, 2, and he will melee the guy as well. So Felix's stats. He has 2d10, which are going to go up to 2d6. This time, the skeleton is staggered and down, so that's going to reduce. He's going to go down from D8 to D6s, and I think even to D4. Ah, no. I think I can't go up from a D12, so I think being downed in defender. Oh, no, yeah, -1. So he goes to D4s. So he's really not in a position to defend this. So I've got 14, and he's got 4, 5, 6. So again, I've doubled it, but I've not tripled it. So I'm going to get +1 to this result. 4, 8, 9. Consulting the table, number 9 is down and staggered. So if he's down, but he's already down, he's going to get staggered. If you get staggered twice, you're out of action. Got Trex and Felix. That's a very successful first turn. Right, so I've got my Thief Adventurer to move. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say that's not base to base, but he could move up there. But he has moved 3. Let's go. And then same with the wizard, but he doesn't want to go in front. So he's just going to move 1 up onto the chasm. And let's see, has he got spell? So Max Scriber. I don't know if I'm saying these names. It's a while since I've read those books. We have a fireball. We've got Holy Aura. Did I give him Magic Missile? No, I didn't. So I could sleep. So sleep is line of sight. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to let the monsters move this turn. So we're going to have within 1. Oh, hold on. So he is a thug, and we do have a handy-dandy table of AI to check. So let's just check if it works. So it's either not in line of sight, know something it has line of sight, or you're in base to base. So I'm going to use the has line of sight. You roll a d20. We got a 14. We check number 14 on has line of sight, and that is fire. We can consult what that definition means. Oh, I've really needed skirmisher. Rush. Let's just see if it gives him a bonus. So rush is the model's move score is increased by 1 to a maximum of 3. May they move? So it's touching the closest good guy, and it takes them an action. So no bonuses, but it just rushes faster to get engaged with us. So it's going to charge at the thief and melee him. So the thief has a defense of 2d8. The thug has 2d10. Now, I think you only get the upgrade when you charge over a stick. So I think I did good positioning there. So I've got my 2d10 versus the thief's defense of 2d8. The green ones. So I didn't charge over 2 sticks. I'm not doing a multiple attack. Nothing's affecting the model. No obstacles in the way. So yeah, I think it's just d10 versus d8s. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 on the d10s, but we've got 7. That was a 7. Knocked it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the defense for the thief. I don't think his speed matters here. I think the speed only matters in ranged attack. Yeah. So he's missed. If the swordsman had another weapon or a special ability that let him attack twice, he could go down to 2d8s and attack me again. But in this case, he is literally just a swordsman. He has the power of riposte and sweep. And distract. Distract's a good one. So in the main Sword Weirdos game, when you're playing Warband versus Warband, which is pretty nice, you spend maneuver points, but I believe in the dungeon mode, they always have an ability to power their special abilities, their maneuvers. So that's it, turn 1. Done and dusted. Should we have a turn marker just in case, see how far we're doing? So we're going to go into turn 2. And again, let's see if we can activate everyone within 1 stick, which is everyone. So this swordsman's really not going to survive this. Thief, do you have a riposte or anything like that? No. We're going to save the thief to open the door, so we're just going to move our best fighter in. So within 1 stick. Gotrek. There's really no need to mark his movement, but let's just do it for rule's sake, because there's no ranged combatants yet. So Gotrek, where are you? You have a 2d10. The defense of the swordsman is 2d8. So that's probably the most common roll in the game, I think I've seen so far. Any bonuses? Yes, we've got a gang up bonus this time. So +1 dice type. So my D10 is going up to a D12. Sorry, swordsman, and let's roll it. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what happens to him. So 2d6 on the results table. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is staggered, so he's just been brained. So we've moved and we've attacked. We can now attack again. So our D10 attack is going to go down to a D8, but because I'm outnumbering him, it's going to go back up to a D10. And we can do that again. So this time it's D10 versus D8s. We've got 8. Plenty, because he's only rolled 2. So we're even doubling that. So we're going to have more on the results. Yes, so we've hit him. I think we trebled it. So we're adding 2 to this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We know that's out of action. Bam. Gottschalk swings his powerful axe. Enchanted powerful axe. I think that I've even been forgetting. Oh, in my party, I've chosen Comrades at Arms, which means everyone in my party has 2 classes. Everyone shares 1 class, so everyone's a fighter and they all get +1 to their dice rolls. In melee, then they have whatever other class. He's a berserker, so he gets -1 in defense. But he counters that because I've given him martial arts, because I wanted him to be fairly strong. His enchanted weapon gives him +1 might, so he's actually rolling +2 to his dice as well, so he's a powerhouse. So that's his 3 actions. So let's move our swordsman, adventurer up to the door. And now we've got another dice type here. We're going to do a roll-off. So I think he's going to use his willpower, which is 2d8. This is the green ones. And he basically has to beat 2d8 to open that door. So the door got 5, 6. He only got 3, 4. Hold on. Because he's a thief, his dice type goes up whenever he interacts. So our d8s are going up to d10. So we've got a 5, 6, 7, 8 instead. And I think we get +1 to these as well. No, I don't. So anyway, we beat the door, so we can open the door and let's see what's in the next room. So let's have our next card. We've got a large room, so I'm going to sort of put some walls down and try and make a large room. So that's pretty much I want to keep the entire tile in. Before I go too mad with the walls, how many doors? So a D3. I've got a 4, so there's 2, which technically means there's only 1. We've got 1 door here and then another door. So let's put a marker down across the way there for another door and then populate the room. We wanted it to be a large room, so we've got our sort of sarcophagus walls. So simply a large room, and what kind of terrain is in there? So I'm just going to roll a d8 to give me an idea of how many things. Very Spartan, so maybe there is just literally a high plinth in the room, and we're trying to get to that door on the other side. Maybe another rock, just give it a bit of go, just in case there's something in there. And let's roll for the encounter. And we've got a powerful one. So we've got a captain again. And some sort of, what have I got that'll represent? Got the captain, who's probably my highest cost one, without being a warlock. 2 captains? Yeah. Let's do 2 captains if I've got a model nearby. And where do I want to place them in the room? I'm going to sort of do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1 over in this corner over here. And 1, 2, 1 sort of in the middle. Move over to room number 2. So we moved, we interacted. We've got another move, so we're going to move into the room. And let's get everyone else up. So 1, 2. I've been moving people 3. He can move 3. He's definitely got a speed of 3, but everyone else got moved 2. So 1, 2. Gets in through the door. And Max, he's got a speed of 2. 1, 2. And obviously he took out the... So you moved 1. So he's moved 2. Just need a few blue dice to represent. Has it got range? I think they can. I think they can shoot. They've got reach, and I think they can throw the spears as well. Okay, Skeleton's turn. So this is the more powerful encounter. So again, just a bit of rules explanation. Most of my characters are costing, I think, the Thief is the lowest at 22, and then it's going to 23, 24 for the Spellcaster. These Lancers are coming in at a cost of 21. I mean, it says it's a point system. Be flexible with it. Something I want to try is bring in just a puny wretch, like a puny zombie, just to be a body blocker and just to get a bit more going. So he's literally just been rolling 2d6s. He can't go over 2d6. He can't get higher than 2d6. Let's just see where he's going to lurk. 4. So he would be down here. Right. Because these ones are commanders. I probably need to make another model just to give me a bit of variety, but it is what it is. So you can fight within half a stick. So you can get to there. And let's see what he's going to do. So he is a Lancer. Let's roll a d20. Lancer, we've got 19. Blitz. Blitz means as rush, but any melee attack has +1 dice type. So 1, he's going to need to go 2 sticks, and then he can use his spear at range with reach and attack me. So he's got 2d10. So he's using d12s now. So d12s versus the Thief, who uses d8s. I'm going to roll them over on this side. He's got 6, 7, and I've got 5, 6. Ooh, he beat me by 1. I don't think I've got anything that would boost me there. Let's see, I've not given him any shields. There's no other defensive powers. What I really wanted, if I put up his Holy Aura, I could reroll 1s, which would have helped. Anyway, he's hit me. So 2d6 on the table. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't like the sound of that. 8 is staggered. I don't like that because that could take me out. Now, the wizard can bring me back to life as a zombie. So the other one's going to do the same thing. Let's see what he gets. He's got a 20, which is the same. So he's going to be in the same position. Let's hope. And because I'm staggered, I get -1 dice type. So my d8 is going to a d6. So d12s versus d6s. Gotta be bloody. That's a d20. We don't want to roll that. But a 12 and an 11, that is a versus a 6, 7, 8. He's tripled it. So on the results table, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is his second staggered. And I'm pretty certain that 2 staggereds is out. Boom. So unfortunately, we've lost our adventurer. And then the zombie. How fast is a zombie? I've got you written down somewhere. Where are you, zombie? Speed 1. Ugh. I'm sure it's going to shamble, but let's just roll the d20 on his 11. Has line of sight. And yeah, engage. And engage is literally... Okay, I think that's enough rules explanation. I think you get the gist of it. So I'll just try and speed things up and go into sort of story mode. So we're on to turn 3. So, because my leader's so far behind, I'm only going to be able to activate the mage and Gotrek. Sorry. The dungeon does have blessings. Because it's quite lethal, it suggests you have 2 second winds to use on your party. So I could, if I want, have him stand up and be ready, which I will do. So they're not in base to base, they're using reach. So you can get a bit closer. Who is going to go first? I think. So 1, 2. I can get Gotrek in there, but he doesn't have any ranged abilities. So it's going to be Felix and the Thief. So the Thief knocked to the ground, doesn't look quite as battered as we thought. And he whips, picks up his spear and lunges. He's also got a spear, I think. Yes, he has. Oh, he's got a flask. Could he possibly pop a flask and sort of do a bit of damage? So he's out of reach. Yeah. So on the floor, he reaches into his backpack and he's going to interact. So he's going to use his 2d8 versus 2d6 to whip out a concoction flask, like a grenade. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 5, 6, 7. We successfully throw the grenade, boom, and it's going to go boom. I don't think he can capture all three. He sort of throws it behind it and it goes boom. So this is a burst attack. And if we look at burst, interacts a target point up to 1 stick, blast, AoE, 2d8 might. So I'm doing 2d8 might to these 3. So let's do the far one first of all. I think I'm just going to do 1 2d8. So I've got 12. I need to... These are in the way. That's where I'm not going to be rolling. Just try and keep it on camera. And you can't quite see anyway. So the defense of my captain is 2d8. So let's get the other 2d8 out. So they need to get over 12. 4, 5, 6. The first one's taking a wound. Let's just do the second one. He's also taking a wound. 3, 4. And the zombie. Also 3. So none of them managed to beat the blast. So all of them are going to roll on the results table. God, some of them were doubled, weren't they? I think they were all doubled. I rolled terribly. I rolled a 3, a 4. I think the first one is fine. So the first one's just a normal roll. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is down. Second one I'm going to give +2 to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. And the zombie. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Out of action. That was a fantastic comeback. But remember, we've lost the second wind. So in that case, Felix... no. I've done that wrong. Oh, so annoying. The workflow is the leader and everyone within 1 stick, and then I can't get to choose to say, make him go first. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's take that back. I don't want anyone else making mistakes. It's best I make mistakes on video. So we know Gore-Tex is going to move 2 into the room. And then the mage, who pretty much does the same thing. Right. Maybe I'm going to, just for sake of purposes, the mage has a fireball. So he's going to move into the room. Possibly before the dwarf gets in front of him. And blast the fireball between them all, which will do exactly the same thing. Let's double... Where's my sleeps? Got them all written down, all spells. I made another cheat sheet somewhere. Fireball. Yeah, blast. Results. But it's even better than the flask, because the results of 1 to 4 are counted as 5. So everything stands. Now it costs 2 actions to cast a fireball. So I did 1 move to move in, 2 actions to cast a fireball. And I would have been doing 2d10 versus a 2d6. It's not a will roll off this one, I don't think. So 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 4, 5. The reason you roll that is if you roll half. So if I sort of got 2 in my dice roll and the objective was 12, the spell would affect me instead. Boom, that would have been terrible. I like that little bit of hindrance. So now it's their turn. None of them are staggered, so we're just going to stand up and stand up while we've got our fingers in there. Let's see what they're going to do. So these are both lancers. The first one is going to do number 4. Engage. That's fine. And let's just see what the other one's going to do. Number 14. Rush. Just gives them extra speed. So they're basically just going to stab at the guy again, but they don't get any bonuses, so it's just D10 versus D8s. Now I'm wondering, he's technically down because I don't think I've got around to activating him yet. So they'll ignore him. We can have one go for Gottrex and one go for Felix. Right, Gottrex first. We've got 3, 4 attack versus 9 defense. Gottrex defends. So Felix, can you do the same? 2d10. As 10s have come out as 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9. So we've struck Felix. Felix, do you have any bonuses? No, he doesn't have a +1, which would save him. And again, I should have put my aura up, but we didn't have the points to do that. That's fine. So 2d6 on the table. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ouch! Felix has also gone down and straight taken out of action. Room 2, and we're going to have to use our own second wind. So now, so that's the monster's turn. It's our turn. I use the second wind to get the thief up. Yeah, the thief will... So he's not staggered, so he can just... It is literally stand up as one action. Second action, move into base to base. Third action, attack. So it's 2d8 versus 2d8. So the first d8 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The defense is 8, 6, 7. And we've got a piercing weapon, so we've got +1 to this. 8. 8 is staggered. Then Felix can stand up. And he can use his pistol. Yeah, I'll just use pistol. So 2d10. That's a range of a stick. I forgot to use parry for Felix. Quick look at what parry does. Parry, parry, parry. When the target of a melee increased defense type by 1. So let's not use Felix's second wind. Let's say still up. Let's re-roll. Sorry for going back again. So we got a 2d10 versus 2d8, but I'm going to parry maneuver, which increases my... So it's d10 versus d10. So the attacking is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can Felix beat it with his 7, 8? Okay, so he does go down. And let's say the second wind stuck. So I've gone down, gone up. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to use my pistol. And I'm going to blast into him. So 2d10 versus 2d8. My attack is 9, 10, 11, 12. His defense is 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've not doubled it. So just a normal roll. But we get +2 because it's a pistol. So piercing again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blow that skeleton's head off. Then it is turn 4. And we can... Everyone acts on my side. So Felix... Oh, he gets a reload token as well. So he stood up. He shot. He could reload it on his third action. But he's going to get up close and personal. So going to use one stick to move in. D10 goes up to D12 because we're now outnumbering him with the thief and Felix. And 2D10, 2D8 defense. And he's staggered, so the D8s are going down to D6s. Should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 versus 8. Again, not doubled. So results table. 3, 8. I think 8 is staggered. 8 is staggered. That's his second staggered. He's out of action. So 2 rooms, and that took about an hour, but that was explaining over it. Do I continue now? Yeah, let's see what the other room is. And so we go. So he's moved, attacked. He's got one more move. So we'll go up. Everyone else is going to be moving. So 1, 2. 1, 2. Pretty much the same position, aren't we? 1, 2. Moving through the room. Turn 5. The reason I'm keeping count of the turns is you can have it as a time limit that you need to literally rush through the dungeon, which might make you split your party. So 5, 1. So Thief is going to the door because he's the best person to open it. D10. So it's a D8, but because he's a thief, he's gone up by 1 versus 2D6. We've got 15 versus 11. So we open the door. Let's see what the next room is. A small room this time. How many doors does it have? 3, which is 2 again. So it's literally going to be a long So place another tile, and let's make this into a small room of some kind. And let's put a door over here this time. Put some terrain right across the middle. A bit of... There we go. And what, pray tell, is in this small room? This is a low encounter. So we're going to have a skeleton archer and a swordsman again. Where did you go, little swordsman? So these cost about 15 each. Yeah. So this is only a low one, but we lost our second win, so they could be deadly. If we lose a character again, we are going down. Let's see which side of the room we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. We got the archer in the back room, which is good. And 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other one is in the swordsman, both in the back room as well. Bam, bam, bam. So that was only the thief that moved. He moved one. He opened the door. He can move another one to go in. Now, he's a bit shocked because he died last time, so he's going to stay on the back wall. Trouble with that, I need to sort of weight things down a little bit. Gotreks, 1, 2. You're going to get through the doorway. Let's not move you just yet because you're not ranged in any way. He's only got short range, so it's Max is the best guy. 1, 2. Max Scriber. Just going to make these not next to each other just so I can't blast them with a fireball. So he did 1, 2, and then he can't cast a fireball because it costs 2 actions to shoot. What are those spells did I give him? Holy Aura. Could sleep one. I don't know if you can sleep one dead. So I'm going to cast Holy Aura. So I'm going to use my 2d10 and do an unopposed roll versus 2d6. I've got an 18 versus a 12. Gosh, they're hard spells today, but luckily I'm belting them out. So I can now re-roll any ones I roll on defense or attack or willpower. So 1, 2, I think I can get Gotreks through there. And 1, 2, I think we can get Felix just in the doorway. So we'll all activate again within 1 stick. The enemy's turn. So this time looking at the skirmisher table, I rolled a 5 on the dice. So skirmisher with a 5, he has line of sight. He will move and shoot. So he can go, I'm going to say if he goes to here, well, there's a little bit of cover there if we sort of shenanigan it. So this is, just for the camera, this is that piece of terrain. It's sort of got walls, so he's going to shoot. He's got 3 targets. Who's he going to shoot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. So he's going to shoot the thief. No bonuses to this. He's using 2d8 to shoot me. We moved twice, so that's going to affect things. So I didn't remember to put my we've all moved 2 token down, so let's do that. So it's +1 dice type to defense. So my defense is going from a D8 to a D10. So it's in my favor. However, a bow and with the archer class has a skill of quick, so it can shoot twice. So each rolled 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the attack. And my defense has only rolled 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's not doubled it, but he has hit me. So 2d6, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's down. 7 is down. Thief has gone down. Took an arrow. Ugh. He can shoot again. Now, is he going to keep shooting someone? Yes, I think he's going to shoot the same guy. So his D8 is going to go down to a D6. Now, this is one rule that I'm not sure of. Does quick, because he's shooting twice. Normally, if you're doing a multiple attack, your second attack, it goes down to dice type. So I'm going to rule that. So his D8s are going down to a D6. 3, 4, 5. Now, me being down, does that affect him? No. So I think, in that case, my defense is 2d10. So I should save this, yes. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll save it. I've taken a wound. The second creature. So the minion rolls his d20. He's got a 2. Has line of sight, yes. Oh dear, he's going to hide. I've not come across that one before. What does hide do? The bottle uses its move action to move its maximum until out of line of sight of any good guys. So he's going to be... There's a little pillar here. So he's going to sort of move to that pillar and be a bit sneaky. Strange. So turn 6. Oh, did I mention there's a time limit to the dungeon? I think it's like 8 turns, which I think is a bit harsh. 8 plus D3, but we'll come to that. So our turn. So I need to move 1, 2. 1, 2. Who do I want to take out? I think I want to take out the archer because it fights twice. So I'm going to charge. We're going to move all our guys. Now, there are some results where if you roll this low on the results table, either the enemy moves away or they attack back. So they get a counterattack. Right, Gotrek's moved over to sticks, so he's charging. So D10s go up to D12. And the defense of these are 2D8 as well. Right. 12, 20, 6, 7, 8. So we've doubled it. Results table. 8, 9. 9 is down and out, isn't it? Down and staggered. And that's all our actions can be used. 2 to move and 1 to strike. Down and staggered. I don't know if I rerolled a 1 with the Holy Aura. Anyway, I don't think I'm using many maneuvers. I keep forgetting maneuvers. Did he have any? No, he doesn't. The Arch didn't have any maneuvers. Thief, did you have any maneuvers? No, I don't think so. So Thief is going to stand up, so he's not down. And 1, 2, I can get into base to base, but can't do much good there. So we're just going to sort of move up, so we're bolstering. He can, I mean, technically can throw him a spear. No, let's not do anything with him. Wizard. Max, no. Felix, 1, 2. 2 is going to get me to there, so I can see the swordsman. I think I'm going to use my gun on the swordsman. So 2d10 versus 2d8. $11 versus 9. So we've hit him. Plus 2 piercing because it's a pistol. 5, 6, 7, 8, which is down. Oh, no, 8 is staggered. No token. So we've got 2 things staggered. So it's the wizard's turn. Wizard can move 1 to this wall here. He can then lay a fireball, which might get the other 2. Might also catch Gotreks, but he's going to do it. So, let's fireball myself. 2d10 versus 2d6. I think that is it. I'm pretty sure fireball. It's not versus their willpower, which will make it even better for me. So 8's. Well, I passed it, so it's a burst, which is 2d8. Oh, this is now it. 2d8 might. So 2d8 versus the staggered guy. So it's 2d8 versus d8 going down to d6. So I've got 6. He's saved. And same for the swordsman. Oh, sorry, we've got 6. He's saved as well. So Gotreks. Defense is 2d8. So he's going to beat 6, 8. We've all passed it. He's whiffed a fireball into that room. Doesn't cause any effects. Now it's their turn. So they need to recover. So they need to pass. Willpower roll, 2d6 versus 2d8. No, that's not right. 2d6 versus 2d6, just unopposed. Right. We need to beat 5, 6, 7, 6. So the first skeleton doesn't recover. It can try again. I think we're... Now it needs to beat a 4. And it got a 4, so it recovers. And it stands up. So that's all 3 actions. And the swordsman, he's got, for some reason, got a willpower of 2d8. So he needs to beat 6, which he does with these. He shakes off. That takes up one of his powers. He's not in base to base. So he's going to charge someone. Let's see. Let's roll and see what he's going to do. 5. Engage. The dwarf is the closest. Let's go for him. So 2d10 versus a defense of 2d8. So I'm going to use a maneuver on Gotrek to move my 2d8 to do 2d10 as well. So it's d10 versus d10s. He hits with an 8, 9, 10, and I defend with a 12. So he recovered, he moved, he's attacked. And we survived it. Our turn. So all our party's going to move. I'm going to take Swordsman because he's got 2d10 in attack. So I'm going to do my 2d10 in attack. Parry. I'm actually in base to base with everything. I've got a maneuver called Sweep, so I can attack both things. So let's do that. So I've got a 19. Let's do the skeleton first. He's got a defense of 2d8. Which you can't possibly win. No, he can get 2d8s, can't he? So I've hit, and it's whether I double it or not. So 7, which I've doubled, so I'm getting +2 to the skeleton. And I've also got I forget to add my might, so I've got +1 for being a fighter, +1 for having an enchanted weapon. So 6 is knocked back and down, so I can't really push him anywhere. So I'm just going to move him down. And then the swordsman is going to defend. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Didn't beat my 19. And a terrible sweep. Cleaved his head off. Double 6. So over 10 is out of action. Then it's the rest of the party. We'll just have Felix come in and try and get the guy on the floor. So my D10 is going to go up to a D12. And D8 is going to go to a D6 on the floor. So 12s versus 6s. Keep rolling the 20-sided dice there, which is no good. So I've got a 1. Where's the other D12? I roll a 5 in the attack, so he's defended. That's one move. I can attack again. Am I quick? No, I'm not. So my D10 would go down to a D8, but I'm now ganging up and he's on the floor. I think it's just a D10. So D10s versus D6s. 14 versus 4, 5, 6. So I've doubled it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is knocked back and down. If you're down and you're already down, you become staggered. So this is an example of them really hanging on. The thief will move 2 sticks in. So he gets 1 attack. So his D8 is going up to a D10, and then he's going to be D10 versus D6 again. 9, 10, 11 versus 6, 7, 8. So I've not doubled anything, so just a straight roll. 3, 4, 5. Going up to a 6. Which is not backing down. So because he's down, he becomes staggered. He's already staggered, he's out. And I'm going to wrap that up there. That's 1 hour gameplay. 3 rooms in. We're up to turn 7. 1, 2. We can get Max over to this door. Let's just interact with the door to open it. So 2d10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to open it. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to open it. I've rolled 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've managed to open this door. We'll start the next video with the open door. So we'll be starting on turn 7. We've entered a dungeon, crossed the chasm, passed a large room, gone into a small room, and we've had 3 encounters. So the next 3 encounters, we're going to encounter the treasure, find the exit, and also fight a boss. And that is Sword Weirdos Solo. I'm quite enjoying it. I kind of like the customization, and I liked making up these monsters, like making up the heroes, like making up the dungeon, and revisiting my little Skyrim terrain set that I made up. So yeah, I'm really positive about this game. It really has surprised me. I think it's the customization. It's got that bit of using the RPG dice, which I like using. You're rolling 2 dice, so it feels like you're chucking a nice amount of dice. I don't mind the roll-off situation. Not that too many moving parts to remember. I mean, there's no hit points to track. Literally only you're either down or staggered for tokens on the board. I mean, there is the movement tokens, but it only comes into play when you're doing ranged. So yeah, and movement. Everyone moves the same. They just move a stick. So lots of positives. Really, really light and fun. But an hour to get 3 games in. But obviously I'm videoing. So just double checking myself because it's fairly new to me. But fantastic. Sword Weirdos. Loving it. Let's come back for part 2.